As if it wasn't enough of a mess running this big a field over this layout, the mile contains very little early speed, which means the field will bunch up. Those drawn wide are truly unlucky. Annapolis has been getting better, and his jump last time got him to where he's competitive here if he can pair that figure up, getting a little weight. Grass horses often do, and Pletcher horses often have in these races. Annapolis also has tactical speed, which will help here. Say it with me. Unsound horses run well fresh. Domestic Spending ran 2 big figures and 1 giant one last year, then disappeared for 15 months. There are a lot of places where Chad could have brought this horse back, and he picked the Breeders' Cup. He expects a big effort, and we do too. But this is a tough spot, both because of the competition and the tactical situation, since he'll be coming from far back. If this gelding was in a longer race, which is much weaker, we would be all in. Michael Dickinson will be watching this one with interest. Dream Loper broke through with a new top last time, but even a repeat doesn't figure to get it done, and she has a history of bouncing following tops. This is Ivar's time of the year. He's run huge figures in this race twice, but caught wide trips both times, so those efforts were concealed. This one is very post and trip dependent. He earned a better figure than the winner last time, too. If he runs back to that figure, or the ones he ran the last 2 years in this race, he has a very big shot, if he can finally avoid a wide trip. You know who else's time of year it is? Check out Lobo's last 90 days. Kinross is one of the favorites overseas off his 4 straight sprint wins in less than 2 months. He'll be coming back after that on just 3 weeks rest, going 2 turns, and would have to improve to beat these even if he does fire. Modern Games jumped out of his skin at Woodbine, then returned to earth at Ascot. Under ordinary circumstances, we would be looking to bet against this colt as a favorite. He has just one figure that gives him any shot, and it figures to set him back for a while. But this is a Godolphin horse, and how we will view him will depend a lot on how the other Godolphin horses have run. Order of Australia won this race a couple of years ago when he was first-time Lasix. He hasn't gotten Lasix since or run as fast, and he doesn't get it now. Regal Glory has gotten better each year. She runs a lot of good figures and gets a lot of wide trips, which got her beat in her last 2. That certainly could happen again, since this is a much bigger field. But she has what passes for tactical speed with this bunch, and might be able to work out a trip. It's pretty incredible that Smooth Like Straight keeps running good races but hasn't won in a year and a half. This guy definitely has speed, and if he runs back to his last 2 and gets an inside trip, he's extremely likely to be in the exotics and could win. Kinross and Domestic Spending were killed by the draw, and Annapolis was wounded. By now we should know whether Godolphin is blowing up and how to deal with Modern Games. But there are 2 horses that look a lot better after entries were taken than before. One is Smooth Like Straight. He drew well, with no speed inside him. When Velasquez is in that position, he usually sends, which is the right idea here for sure. And with the way the race drew, this guy could pick up a couple of points saving ground against the other contenders. The other is Ivor, who drew a decent post, but that's not why. After a couple of years of bad trips, he gets a monster rider switch to Castellano. A personal thank you. I don't think I could have taken betting this horse again and then giving him another buried mark. Smooth Like Straight and Ivor are the 2 we like.